Hello there, Jackson here. Welcome to the channel. Nice to have you as always. So, I sit before you slightly chuffed. Yes, pleased with myself, so to speak, because I love it when I come across something and it makes my life easier, solves a little problem, and does it in the most elegant and lightweight way. Now, the default Gutenberg block editor, of which I am a huge fan. But if you follow this channel in any way, shape or form, you'll know that it does have indeed a few shortcomings here and there. And I've kind of made it my mission to overcome these where I find them and share that knowledge with you lovely people. The button block, yes, it's one of those things. And last year I showed you how I go about adding icons to buttons, that video there, and it worked pretty well. I mean, it worked really well. But I recently put together a new way of getting icons on our buttons. It's utilising font icons. Now, hold tight, hold tight. This is not going back to the bad old days where, 15 years ago, but every time you installed a theme or a plugin, you got font awesome loading its massive font file on every page. Oh no, this is about creating a curated specific small set of icons for your project, specifically for that project. So we're not talking about 200 KB plus, we're talking about 1 or 2 KB. So super lightweight. And the other bonus is, because the icons are fonts, they take on the color of the button itself, the button text. And if you've got a hover state on your button, which of course is not achievable without a bit of CSS, you don't need 2 separate SVGs, one for the hover state, one for the regular button. It's a winner in every dimension. So let's get cracking, shall we? It's brand new icon buttons for block themes 2026. Right then. So yeah, got a vanilla install of WordPress rocking here. I've got a page with a 2025 theme page pattern on it. Got a button there. Let's have a look at the back end. We'll go to our plugins and I've got the code and all the stuff for these cheeky little icon buttons already compiled into a nice little plugin for you. So let's activate that. You'll see we get a little reminder to install the absolutely fabulous CSS class manager. Thank you, Eddie, once again. We'll activate that. That allows us to get a little bit more epic with managing our CSS classes. Let's go to that page. Go to that page and see we've got a button there. If we open up the Advanced tab, down the bottom we got our additional CSS classes. But because the class manager is installed, we get this little extra options page, and we go to preferences. We are going to pop that up in its own controller. You see over here now, it's put it up to the very top here. Now, because this is 2025, it's pulling in loads of different styles. I'm not going to go into that right now, but because my icon plugin is installed, I can actually choose an icon through a class name for that button. So if we go icon, arrow right, boom, look at that. Isn't that cool? So let's have a look at the front end and see what's happening there. Refresh that and let's inspect that. So what's happening is that when you add the class to the button, it puts in a bit of CSS that says after, so it's the pseudo property after the button. Stick in all this CSS, including the content for the after, which is the arrow right icon. Let's get back to the back end. Let's just get let's duplicate that a few times. Let's go to our next one. We'll go icon check mark. We'll go next one, icon download. One for luck. Let's get that one as the icon external link. And it really is as easy as that. Let's just jump over to the files of this plugin, and you will see that the icon font is 1 KB and the CSS is 2 KB. So compressed and minified and stuff, we're talking less than 2 KB of overhead to get a set of icons on your website for your project. Now remember, like I said, this is not like we're going to load in loads of icons which we're never going to use. This is about pulling in the right icons for a project. And let me show you how you do it. Well, let me show you how I did it for this plugin. Oh, by the way, if we just jump into the code, this is the plugin in the code editor. All it's doing is basically enqueuing the CSS. It's got this stuff here to remind you about to install the CSS class manager. And then in the assets, we've got the CSS and the font. The font, as we know, is about 1 KB. It's roughly, I don't know, 6 or 7 icons. And you're not going to need more than that for a project, likely. What do you need? 10? 1.5 KB? You know what I mean? And the CSS. Now, don't be afraid, because it does look a little bit leery, because we've got quite a few sort of funky looking classes here. But your thing is, and I'm going to show you how to do this, you get all this from the download from the mighty, and this is how this all comes together. Get back to our browser, the mighty icomoon.io website, which, to be fair, I've been using years and years and years. Not regularly recently, but when I got down this rabbit hole, it was like, oh, icon fonts. Yeah, I can just choose them. And like, you know, to have them be that simple to add icon fonts to your buttons on here at such a light way, I thought I've got to get back into this. Now, there is a new app, which is very good. And I did actually try it out, but I prefer the old app for now because the new app's in beta. And what happens is, so here's me logged in my, you know, my icomoon account. And this is all free, by the way, just for reference. And I got together this set of icons, and then I exported it as a font. You've got to set a few parameters, and then that is what creates this file here, this 1 KB file. So let me show you how to quickly get your own personal version of this together. If I just nip to a private window so I'm not logged in, and we just go to old app, what you're immediately presented with is a ton of icons from their free collection of icons. But there are loads of icons for free within this app, or platform I should say. If you go to the library, look at all this. Now some are paid for stuff, but look at all the ones so that it has that top row there. But look at all the ones that are free. There are zillions and zillions and zillions and zillions. Even they've included the material icons from Google Fonts, which by the way is priceless because it's got so many generic icons in there that are all nicely designed that will cover most use cases. But I particularly like feather. But there's all sorts of choices. I mean, there's thousands of icons. So what you can do is go to your project, get that back open, and you can do a search for stuff. So, you know, so arrow right, and it shows you all the different results from the different collections. And of course, some of these are paid for. And then you just start selecting. So I say, okay, well, I'll have that one. I'll have that one. And then what do I want? Link, external link, or maybe that's better for that. And I want download. So that will do for that. And you see, as I'm selecting these, you see down the bottom here, you've got selection 4. So then if we slide over to the next tab, generate font down here, there they all are. We've got 4 glyphs selected. And here is where you can actually change them. So we're going to change that to download. Download, arrow right 2, that'll do. New tab, you know, maybe external. And then very quickly what you do, top tip, go to here, this little gear icon, and we'll give it the name. So it'd be like, you know, my client project, you know, blah, and give it a prefix. And I do like to keep it for the use of the button, so I'll put in that. The rest of it you can kind of just leave. You click download, save them into your project folder. Let's go have a look at that. Let's get that open. And so inside here, you've basically got a ton of code and demo and stuff like that, but you're not interested in that. All you're interested in is the font. And here we've got the WAF file there. Look at that, 2 KB. And the style.css. Now, do you remember in my icon font CSS, there was all this gobbledygook going along? Well, you get that from the download. So you're not technically writing any CSS, but there are a couple of things that you've got to remember, which are that buttons, and this is a bugbear of mine, a gripe, an annoyance, that when you add a class to a button, it doesn't add it to the link, the URL link. It adds it to the container above it. I'll show you what I mean. Have a look at this. So look, you see we've got icon button arrow right on that div in it, but it's actually the A that we need to target for the after. So all you need to do, make sure you do, is get the little fiddly is to always use, and you'll see this in some of the code examples I'll give you on the starter block theme version 4, when we're talking about hover classes and button block variations, is we make sure that we add this after the main class that we get given by the IcoMoon platform. So it would be that and that and that and that. Do you see what I mean? So we're targeting the button link below where the class is actually sitting. Very annoying. We don't need speak because that doesn't technically exist anymore, I don't think. It's about screen reader stuff. And you see here that this is the download. This is the fresh download, not my curated 5-6 icons in the plugin. The CSS that you get gives you the code for it to come before the text. Now, 9 times out of 10, okay, 7 times out of 10, the icon will come after the text within the button. So we've got to change that before to after. But don't forget, we've actually got to target the container below, i.e. the link class. So we've got to put in our block link class. So we just got to change all of those for the same thing. Make sure we get the CSS right there. And then that is kind of it. So now, look, you'll probably have to muck around a little bit to get this working perfectly, but you've got a completely ready to go set that should, in theory, sort you out. Now, just another word on the style. So in my starter block theme version 4, this is baked in. So like a regular text font, and you can actually include those, upload those to your theme, so you don't have to include the kind of at font face stuff. But if you are using this in a plugin, then you will need to call the font like I've done here in the plugin example. There is one other little cheekiness to this which I've included, because let's go back to our page. With the CSS Class Manager plugin, we can highlight text and go add CSS class. And I've included some inline CSS in the plugin as an example, so you can muck around with it. If we go icon, external link inline, and you see we get this great little underline and we get the nice little icon. Anyway, that's how it works. There's also a super gold, which is that if we just swap themes here to the starter block theme version 4, ready for download, brand new for 2026, activate that, go back to our page. If we make one of these, so different theme now, different set of rules, different theme.json, all that sort of stuff. If we change that button to a blue button, you'll see that because it's an icon font and this button has got a hover state on it, well, all these buttons have hover states on it. Let's save that, go to the front end, refresh that. You see that as we hover, the hover state takes on the color, well, the icon takes on the color of the hover state of the text. Do you see what I mean? And that's why I love it, because I've mucked around with lots of different things. I think, I don't know if I shared it with you, the mask, icon mask way of doing it. Very clever stuff. But for me, this is a no-brainer, because you just want to get a set of icons that part of the project, the design you've been given, or the design you've designed, or the design you've nicked, or whatever it is, how you've ended up with the design, it probably's got icons on the buttons. And this, for me, is the best way to do it. You can download that plugin. Link is in the description as always. And if you want a little bit more modern block theming action, check out this new starter theme. It's version 4, and it's another free download on my freebies page. But until next time, I shall see you later.